and welcome back to another video. It's me, Krashy, again, and today, as you can tell, and mostly, talking about some Gears of War. And today, I want to talk about game types. You can tell by the title, I don't know what it is yet, I haven't decided, but I want to talk about game types, and there's a couple reasons why. The number one thing I think it's important to know about Gears of War 4 is that we don't really need game types for competitive, so that's kind of like already taken care of. I think Escalation does a perfect job of holding that position and doing it well, and therefore I don't think we need to talk about, potential competitive game types, but I do think it's important to add content to the game, to come out with new game types, and to give something for, the player base to look forward to and something to do. So with that said, there's not that many game types that I think you can make for a game like Gears that don't already have a purpose. There's already like territory-based game types, King of the Hill, Escalation. There's already kill-based game types. There's weapon-based game types with arms race, but I do think that there's something there. I definitely want to talk about free-for-all. So we've already talked about this, or at least I know people in the community have talked about this. It's definitely a big want, or at least I think it is. I think free-for-all fits Gears of War. I think Gears of War is about being really good. I think people love to run around with a shotgun. I would love to see a free-for-all playlist. I would also, I think I've said this in the past, would also love to see an arms race free-for-all, because the current arms race to me it's just not that fun. I don't really care for the team aspect of it. There's 5 people to a team and you only need 3 kills per weapon, so sometimes I don't even get to use one of the weapons. It just, all in all, it seems kind of like a poorly made game type, and it just seems kind of like thrown in. Like, it's just not for me. But free-for-all, I definitely think it could be really cool. And keep in mind, when I talk about potential new game types, I'm bringing it from the perspective that ranked mode actually worked, because I think having a rank for free-for-all could be really cool. Like, the way they could do it is, say there's 10 players. The top 3 players could get, if you're in the top 3 after the game is over, that would be considered a win, essentially. And, like, if you did, the better you do, the more points you earn toward your, like, MMR or your rank. And if you're like within the middle 5 players or so, let's say, you actually don't lose rank, or you lose a very small amount of rank because you weren't in that top 3. And then if you were like within the bottom 3 or the bottom 2 or whatever's left, you would lose a substantial amount of rank because, well, you got destroyed. So I think it could be interesting to see how that would play out. I think that would be fun. But on top of that, I actually had a couple ideas for game types as well. So I've been sitting on this one for a little while. I may have actually talked about it before, I don't know, but I've had this idea for a while, and it's essentially a free-for-all game type, but I wanted to do something similar to Oddball from Halo. Now, I don't know if that's the correct name, because I really don't know Halo all that well, or I don't really remember, but essentially I'm thinking about the free-for-all Halo game type, where you hold the skull or you hold the ball, and the longer you have it, the more points you get. But with Gears, it's always fun to put a little Gears spin on it, so I had the idea to make the ball a sniper. And so, let's say you need 50 points to win. Well, the longer you hold the sniper, like every time, I don't know, let's say every X amount of seconds or every minute or whatever, you get X amount of points. So every so often you get a point for holding onto the sniper and staying alive. But if you get a headshot, you get like 5 points or 10 points. So something that could really make it an intense game type where like everybody else has shotguns and they're all chasing after you and you have the sniper. Something really interesting, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if that could actually be a game type. I think it'd be really fun. It'd be really arcade-like to have a game type like that. Something you could really just jump in and, hey, like let me see if I get the sniper, and have the sniper in a neutral location so everybody has to rush to it and try to pick it up at once and nobody's earning points. And I just think it would be really fun to do something crazy. Definitely think free-for-all has a place. And there's one other game type I had an idea for. And again, I do have to stress, I think it would be really awesome if these game types had a proper rank system. So keep that in mind. Well, there's really 2 game types I want to talk about, but they go in hand in hand. A 1v1 ranked playlist and a 2v2 ranked playlist. Those 2 playlists I think would have crazy popularity. I think it could be really, really fun to play in a playlist. Think about the Ultimate Edition boxes playlist, but to have a real rank to it. You know what I mean? Like, you and your duo partner could hop on and just play some ranked 2v2s or play some ranked 1v1s and just see how far you could push that. I think that could be really cool YouTube content. I think it could be cool stream content. And overall, I think it'd just be fun to see, like, how high I could get my 1v1 rating, or how high me and a buddy could get our 2v2s up. So I don't know, just something silly like that. I definitely think there's room to experiment with game types and gears. I definitely want to see something new come out. I think it would be really fun. So let me know what you guys think. I appreciate anybody that stuck around. And as always, please do not leave without leaving a like and leave me a comment below. What do you think of the game types that I thought of? What do you been thinking on? You know, what have you been sitting on? What ideas do you have? So let me know, guys. I'll see you around for the next one. Thanks.